Hey everyone, and welcome to some more Time Attack Wormholes. If you've been following my channel for a while, you'll know that I like to cover these. I really enjoy this event. They're basically 2-minute battles. If you put up the times speed for battles to times 3, then it's only 40 seconds. You've got to really whiz through them, and this particular time they were interesting. I think I didn't cover them last time because I didn't find the battles particularly interesting, but this time they did some cool stuff. So the deal is 5 battles, all 2 minutes. There's kind of fewer monsters in the first one. It extends from like 10 to 16 monsters, something like that. And so the later ones, kind of the harder ones. Usually the first couple are really quite easy. They went for a lot of cloning monsters here, and generally across all the battles, it's a lot of high-speed monsters, which basically waste time in the battle. So make it a lot harder than it would otherwise be. So that first one, like I said, bunch of cloning things. It was mostly fine. You just got to power through it. This second battle, this is where I was like, oh, this is an interesting one. Okay, so they've got the 4 starters here. Next in line, you can see Galvbane. So basically, it's going to be the 4 starters in their super epic forms. And then I guessed, okay, it's probably Chronoceros and Chronozillion, then one other monster. So I got it set up at the beginning here. I'm going to put them all to hold ground. Now I could do the Protector conversion on Demon Toad to kill them off. I'm not going to do that quite yet because I want to set up the Link Sneak Attack all. Bear in mind here, because there's the issue of they are high speed, those next monsters. So I decided to skip, get everything lined up, and now I'm going to get the Poison Revenge to then have the stun fully lined up. So I do from the brink, do the stun wave, and because I figured it was going to be these monsters, I know they're stunnable. That then means I can hit them all down to hold ground, and then the Chronoceros and Chronozillion are both very slow, so I just pass a bit of time with Link Stealth All. Now I kill them off with the Dark Stack. Oh no, I do Protect. Fine, whatever. I kill them off with Nova Drake. That actually kills Chronoceros, and really important for this one because I am making these videos kind of like a guide. I don't know if I'll have this out in time before the end of the event, but anyway, the really important thing is Chronoceros and Chronozillion can both summon 4 Guardians, the 4 starters again, so that makes this battle way too long. Also, Mojonator, if you kill that, then it gets the Ejector Seat, which is then another Roaring Entrance monster, wastes loads of time. You can see, even with my fairly efficient way of killing them, there's only 20 seconds left on the clock. So it's very important you kill Chronoceros and Chronozillion when they enter, and Mojonator leave for last. This battle, again, really interesting one here. We've got 4 Nickies, they're in all 4 forms, that is, the one on the furthest right has the secret skill, and then there is Rator, which is like basically Road Knight. So I figured, okay, it's probably got Road Knight on that, and then maybe another Storm Beast, well, that's Don Rilla. So that's what I actually managed to guess, and I want to say this is actually first attempt, and I was really proud of this one because I managed to line it up very nicely. So I used the Fizzy entrance to trigger Overwatch, get another turn on Nox Dragon, which then means that they'll get turns. Just have to hope what happens here with Road Knight. The one with the secret skill does the secret skill, so that's nice. The other one just creates a Rator at the back. And then this Union attack on Nova Drake, that's perfect, because it didn't take stealth of Zulong. I can just from the brink. Now I can stun them. And yeah, sure enough, there's the Don Rillas next in line. So I know that's what I'm facing. I know they're tanky. And so what I do here is I just pass time, and I know these time strikes are not going to kill Road Knight, so that I can then enrage Zulong, so that Zulong will do a lot of damage with this Link Sneak Attack all, and kill the Don Rillas. So again, I don't want to bring in anything, so I just do Time Strike there. I could have done it on the Nabba to be even safer, but anyway, I did it on the Road Knight, and then it would take them out. Because of the Protect, this Nabba cannot hit my Zulong, so I'm not going to lose stealth, so that I can do the Link Sneak Attack all. And that puts them all to hold ground, so then I can finish them off. And it worked out perfectly. So yeah, really proud of that one. In the moment, first attempt, I sort of figured out and managed to line it all up. This next one, I did have to make a specific team for. So this is 13 monsters that are all like 90% speed or more, which is a huge pain for getting through, because they all get turns when they enter, and that just wastes a load of time. So you can't really do this just with like a spam team. You have to do this with a more specific team. So I decided to go for like all 400-second Nova Blast, Mega Bomb type stuff. Now the easy way to do this is to knock back Fiona and then to stun them, because Fiona is the only stunnable one here. Only stun immune. And yeah, basically you can stun them all and then do Nova Blast that way. But I wanted to try and do it without that, And this wasn't like a perfect run of, displaying how to do it. I think I mess up slightly when it comes to it, but ultimately you can see the plan here, and it is to abuse the AI that these 3 super epics, they all just do hit all, and they do that twice. So the first time is 250 seconds, and then they do it again for 250 seconds, so it's very easy to line up a 400-second Nova Blast in there. And I then sort of mess up very slightly. I should have done a skip there or something, and yeah, it wasn't ideal. And then, so I was just a little bit worried, but that was just Double Drain Survivor. I don't have the 400-second Nova Blast stuff charged, so I have to skip Survivor. Thankfully not on Basiligon. I would have been very upset if it was. And then I can do the 400-second Nova Blast stuff. I start with the Mega Bomb because I know there's whole ground stuff later. There was actually 2 in that front line anyway, but I wanted to try to be as efficient as possible. And yes, kill through these ones. Actually, Hawk Knight is not 90% speed, but it's still pretty high. And just, Nova Blast stuff devastating them. It's a lot of fun to do that. So yeah, similar kind of idea that you want to do for that one. And then the last battle, this is everything has stealth. So, well, everything has camouflage, sorry, pretty much. So basically you want to go in with Stealth Bane stuff. I messed up there doing Stealth Break on Patronorca when it doesn't actually one-shot. But anyway, I, for this, used 3 monsters which have piercing, which helped a lot because some of these monsters have shield or whole ground. And yeah, Agrimori, Delicazar and Apollonius both have all have piercing. But ultimately, if you slap in a bunch of Stealth Bane, you can do this battle. It's just relatively tight on time. So you've got to be quite quick with the inputs. So with that, it does make this particular battle a lot easier. Other kind of techniques are very hard to pull off because most of the ones which you want to use to kill off monsters quickly, it's by hitting multiple enemies, and you can't do that with this battle. So pretty much Stealth Bane is the way to do it. If you try and do like give turn stuff, again, it's going to take a bit longer to do things. So I'm not really sure what other kind of tactic you can use for this. I can't remember what it was that I heard from someone. But anyway, I'm sure you can figure something out. Only thing to mention here at the end is do worry about Kunomi because she revives herself when she comes in. Well, sorry, when you kill her, she revives. And also using killing to the point that Kunomi comes in really helps because it poisons your team, which means Shadowhunter and Vixiorid, they can't sleep your team. So it makes it a little bit easier there at the end. So I decided to remove the stealth from Kunomi and take out that Harlequin. And Kunomi could reapply stealth, but for some reason the AI is stupid and it just does like a random Venom sneak attack that does basically no damage. It was enough to kill Delegazar, but not really much. And then I can just Stealth Bane these last monsters. So that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you were able to do the battles too. 0 seconds on the clock at the end. Nice finish. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a video soon.